Let's talk a little bit about 401k in the survivor scenario. So I think everyone remembers Jane is 52 when her husband dies, or she's 50 when her husband dies, who was 52 at the time. Um, he did have a 401k. It had a balance of about $500,000. Um, so we're going to assume for the basis of this case study that she puts that into, she keeps that where it's at, or she moves it to an IRA, either way, and invest that money in the market at a reasonable rate of about 7%. At the end of, by the time she's 60, she's gonna hopefully have almost doubled the money that she had, right? All that depends on the market and how things are going. I mean, in today's market, it might even be a little bit more, but we'll leave it at that, right? So the hope is that she's going to be able to grow that money to help her with her retirement. Now, the one thing to be aware of is that that money did grow, right? So we're going to take a look at what happens from a required minimum distribution perspective. So when she's 73, um, she's going to run up against the required minimum distribution. So that means that she's going to be taking out, she's going to be required to take out over $100,000 the first year, rising all the way up to about $180,000 multiple years in. So, you're looking at between 2049 and roughly 2067, 18 years, she's going to be increasingly required to take out more from that 401k. We can start to see some of the tax implications of this, and that's really what we're trying to draw your attention to. And there are some strategies on how to deal with this. So, right now she's in a decent tax position at 180,000. We'll talk a little bit more about the actual numbers in a subsequent video, but she's got to add to that her withdrawals. So remember, most likely she's going to owe 85% of her Social Security is going to be taxable throughout this process as soon as she starts to go into required minimum distributions. And so you can see she's going to be taking out anywhere from, she's going to be, her taxes are going to be anywhere from about 130,000 all the way up to taxable incomes anywhere from 130,000 up to about 220 or 210. So let's think a little bit about that and what that's going to mean. That means that, in these years where she was getting 30,000 or even 50,000, she's probably in the lowest of two tax brackets. Now she's not in the highest, but she's in the top 3 or 4 when we look at this, right? And so, she's going to be given a lot back in taxes. Not all of it, not even most of it, but enough that a tax strategy could really be beneficial here. So I'm going to tell you, give me my opinions in subsequent videos, but the highly recommend, if you're in this situation, to start those conversations with a tax advisor. If you need help in finding one, glad to provide that support. Just let me know. All right. Thank you.